Tandoors have become incredibly popular lately. I don't understand what's wrong with Russian ovens for you, huh? Or is it because tandoors are portable? Let's roast this gorgeous lamb leg and talk about all the details. Every time the conversation turns to lamb, everyone brings up lymph nodes, as if cows or bulls don't have lymph nodes too. Well, it's actually very simple, although it only makes sense to remove the lymph nodes if there's a suspicion that the animal was sick. However, there is another reason to make deep cuts in the meat. Salt. The salt needs to penetrate as deeply as possible.
Соль должна проникнуть как можно глубже.
Well, unsalted meat just doesn't taste good. And it's completely wrong to rely on magical marinades. Like, we'll marinate it now and the meat will become tender. Meat in a tandoor should become tender for entirely different reasons. But black pepper, garlic, rosemary, thyme, all of these are for flavor, for a good mood. You need to be careful with garlic though. Keep in mind that garlic on the surface of the meat will definitely turn black. The thing is, it contains quite a lot of sugar. But here, inside the cuts, let it enhance the meat with its aroma and flavor. Who would object to that? Lately, thankfully, there have been a lot of experts. Let's hope I don't jinx it. And of course, someone will definitely remind me that in Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, when cooking meat in a tandoor, they use not rosemary and thyme, but arka. Strictly speaking, arka is tuja or juniper, but in fact, these are special mountain varieties, and only in the mountains do they develop that desired aroma. The ones that grow on the plains are exactly the same as what we have here in the Moscow region. Yes, just pick some and rub the meat with it. Well, you'll get a bit of bitterness, a bit of charring, but you won't get that magical taste and aroma. Rosemary and thyme are readily available. I went to the store, went to the market and bought it. But how do you hang the leg in the tandoor? The idea is simply to hang it by this tendon. Guys, it will soften and tear. The meat will fall into the coals. Do you have coals left in the tandoor? That's not right, but we'll talk about that later. So, it's better to hook the lamb leg right here, above the knee. The bone will hold anything. Guys, it's great that you bought these tandoors. In any case, you're the ones cooking, you're the ones enjoying it. And I'm sure that any food you make with your own hands is delicious. It brings good vibes, and it's something your children will remember. But the thing is, these thin-walled tandoors that have these rings to keep them from falling apart, well, they're not really tandoors. They're ceramic grills. Both a tandoor and a Russian oven are supposed to accumulate so much heat that it's enough to cook meat or goose. There, no matter what they cook, you will bake bread. By the way, for baking bread, the temperature in ovens and tandoors should be quite high, around 225 degrees. And for cooking meat, if it's small pieces, a temperature of 180 degrees inside the tandoor is enough. That way it will turn out just right, it won't burn. And let the temperature gradually decrease. But if you have a thin-walled tandoor, which itself weighs say 40 or 50 kilograms, and you put 3 or 4 kilograms of meat in there, opening and closing it, yes, it will cool down in just 15 to 20 minutes. So you need to leave some coals inside this tandoor. The coals radiate onto the meat, and the meat cooks just like it does on a grill. Usually, when you grill shashlik, it happens pretty quickly. Within 15 to 20 minutes, the meat is already perfectly browned, just as it should be. But such a large piece won't be ready in 15 to 20 minutes. That's why you shouldn't use any coals, only the heat from the tandoor walls. So what should you do? You've already bought these tandoors. What now? Throw them away or something? No, you don't have to. If you're willing to sacrifice its mobility, then listen to my advice. And if you do, I'll tell you what's roasting in mind right now, which you'll see in the next segment. Choose a convenient spot on your property. cut some ordinary bricks, but instead of just using clay or regular cement mortar, use a special stove masonry mortar, the kind meant for building stoves. And then surround these tandoors. You've bought very nice, very beautiful ones with halves of bricks. This way, the wall thickness of your tandoor will end up being about 15 centimeters. This tandoor will retain so much heat that you won't even recognize it. Yes, you'll need to fire it up for 2 or 3 hours to get it to, I don't know, around 200 to 220 degrees Celsius. Right now, while we are opening it, while I am covering the neck of the tandoor with a wet cloth, I am doing this in order to seal this opening here, right? The meat will gradually heat through, it will have time to brown, everything will turn out just right. I think this leg will take about an hour and a half to cook. And of course it all depends on what kind of meat you want to end up with. If you want the meat to be pink inside, French style or English style, then maybe 45 minutes to an hour will be enough. If you want it fully cooked through, then an hour. If you place a small cauldron with water at the bottom, let the steam rise and let the meat steam. You can leave it for 2.5 hours and then you'll get something like stewed meat from the tandoor. You see, my lid is also very heavy. These aren't those light little lids you can lift and close with just 2 fingers. Inside there's a metal lid which is also surrounded by pieces of brick and covered with this ceramic tile, and it also accumulates as much heat as needed. If you don't have such a lid and are using a regular metal lid, that's also possible. In that case, you need to cover it from above with some kind of blanket you don't mind using so that the heat stays inside the tandoor. My tandoor has 2 built-in thermometers. One thermometer is closer to the inner wall and the other is closer to the outer wall. Why did I do this? They show approximately the temperature that is currently inside the tandoor. Maybe right now inside the tandoor it's 200 or 190 degrees. And this thermometer shows how deeply the tandoor has been heated, how much heat it has left. Right now it's 150 degrees. The heat from the tandoor either goes into the meat or escapes outside into the Moscow region, into the surrounding environment. About 70% of the heat escapes outside, and at most 20 to 30% of the heat goes into the meat. Do you understand how much heat the tandoor needs to accumulate? This tandoor of mine, in the end, weighs about 800 kilograms. But in it I can bake not just one leg of lamb, but about 40 kilograms of meat at once. The heat stored in its walls will be enough. People often ask how long you need to roast it for. Roast it until you get the desired result. I've hung a thermometer here. Right now, the temperature inside the piece of lamb is 80 degrees. Well, I know people will comment saying that good chefs can manage without a thermometer. Yes, good chefs can do without a thermometer. But what does that have to do with you? You need to learn. The main process happening here in the tandoor is the heating of the meat. You understand? It's not about how long the meat is kept in, not about how many hours or minutes, but specifically about the heating. And the meat has been heated just right. Take a look. Isn't it beautiful? What a beauty it is. You see, the meat is already coming off the bones on its own. If we were cooking on a grill or barbecue, we could say that this meat is already done. But the tandoor can handle even more than that. 80 degrees inside the piece of meat, and yet it's still very juicy, aromatizing a word, just as it should be. There was fat on the surface of the meat, and it has completely melted in, and look at the huge crackling that resulted. So there's no need for extra words. The appearance of the meat speaks for itself. Enjoy your meal!